What's up, Team Starlight? Join us for your chance to win a CP Book of Moon and BLS trophy on August 9th at WildCardCyclone. We have some great sponsors, and our friends Antimeta and Pristine Protection are providing additional prizing. Don't miss out.
What's up, guys? It's George from Team Starlight, and we're in the finals at WildCardCyclone. Today, we've got my boy Andy on the left playing Blackwings, ew, and me on the right playing Dark Hero Frogs. I'm with Albert. We're going to be talking about the finals. What's up?
Yo, what's up? Andy putting it work today. He took out Declan round 1 and he took me out on round 3.
Yes. Team Starlight killer. I've got to get my revenge. I'm summoning a dupe frog in attack. He's summoning his little boy, Vayu. Just going to run over my dupe frog. I actually didn't know what he was playing because Andy is usually the evil hero / Gigavice guy, but he's joined the dark side, playing the meta deck.
Yeah, he played
Feels
GBs. Played GBs the week before, and now he's on Blackwings.
And look at this. He's going to dust shoot me on top of it, seeing that I basically have nothing. And I'm just going to be left with 2 swap frogs and a Mirror Force and something else that I don't remember. I'm just going to choose to swap frog, run over the Vayu. I mean, at this point, he knows that I don't have any gores. So I've just got to relieve the pressure. And I'm thinking about it just because, like I said, he knows that I don't have gores, so I'm just choosing to set it, but he's got another Vayu. And
Dude,
obviously
Vayu
I'm not gonna be able to do that. Yeah, but
it's the best strategy. I know it well.
it's not really the worst in my case because I get to save this Mirror Force and I'm just gonna do the exact same play. Like I'll just hit over this Vayu, hit for 200, relieve the pressure, bounce the swap back. And we see Shura.
Yeah, you gotta Mirror Force that.
Force it. Yep. I mean,
It's a
he knows it's
problem
Mirror
card.
Force 2. I'm basically just thinking about Dark Arm. I know that that was his third Dark, so I'm a little nervous about just getting killed off next turn because of this, but just have to go for it. And I am just digging, milling my waters to draw into something better. And I'm just going to probably not attack. I don't have a way to deal with a Gores, and he's not setting any back row, which is very strange for Blackwings, so it doesn't seem worth the risk.
Yeah, he just pokes in with this Bora.
And let's see here. I do have a Rhoda and a Grepher in hand. Mally's already in the grave, so I'm thinking about the best way I want to do this. Obviously thinking about Kalut as well, so if I'm going to do a synchro play, actually is very relevant what I choose to make. We're going to go for Rhoda for Necrogardna, which doesn't happen too often, but I've got the Grepher in hand already, so I've got the perfect setup. Mally, Necro, Plague, Engrave. If I had Dark Arm, it would be even better, but fortunately not. And I'm going to just special summon that Mally that I top decked because I drew both.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yep. So
I was like, man, you don't want that card.
Yep, pretty unfortunate. I'm going to choose to make Dark End, again, thinking about Kalut. I'm also very happy that this is all going through because he is now off of Dark Armed, having 4 Darks.
I mean, he's one Blizzard away from making Dad live again.
Oh, yeah, very true. I choose to hit with just the Grepher because I use Dark End's effect.
I see it. He just drew the Dad, I think.
Does he have Blizzard? He does not. He chooses to have my Dark End, which has me screaming because now I'm like, what is this guy even at anymore? Like he's at, I think he's at 1050, and I'm choosing to Necrogardna, of course, which I think Andy, in the moment, he forgot about because like it's frogs, right? So I cannot blame him at all. So he's feeling a little bit awkward right now. He's choosing to set a back row, which I MST, and now I'm feeling great. going to be able to deal with this Gale. I'm pretty sure he's got... My Darken has 1050 attack and I think 800 defense, so I can use its effect one more time. And instead of using the Dark End, I'm just choosing to swing with the Greffer. It's done its job. He does drop the Kalute. And in main 2, I can just get rid of the Gale that way. So we're doing some math, like, to figure out how much damage this does. Or what he's at, what the Dark End is at. So,
Yeah, because the defense was at 800, so you had one more.
exactly, yeah. So I think we're just double checking to make sure I'm not like cheating with the Dark End stats. And he's got a face down card. It's standby phase. I'm deciding if I want to use Ocean's Effect to bounce anything, and I choose to bounce the Mally back. I don't have a discard trap, so it doesn't feel like amazing, but I think I just wanted to have the card in case I do draw into something like Raigeki Break. Just choosing to summon swap. And I think I'm just going to go all in. Like, this Dark End cannot use its effect anymore. It's basically dead. And if this all gets Mirror Force, I don't really even think I care. Or maybe the Mirror Force is gone.
You set return, so that's your push next turn if he's able to draw into something, but he just sets a back row and passes it back to you.
Yep. So I'm hovering over my banished cards, thinking about if I want to do this. I have Miracle Fusion. I'm going to choose to do this first, I believe, to deal with this back row. Banishing Ocean. I'm going to be able to return it back because I think this is game on board, and I don't want to reveal the return for no reason. So I'm just going to choose to go for game. Hit for 550. He's got Compulse. And in battle phase, I'm just going to use the return. And this is also game on board. I just have to decide if I want to switch anything to defense for any reason. So I'm just like shuffling these things around. And I just make sure to have enough to go for game.
Yeah, I mean, even if you Mirror Force, that Necro goes to your grave, so you definitely want that intact.
Yeah, exactly. So keeping the Mally in defense, so if it is Mirror Force for some reason, I can at least make an 8. But we've got Aura in a back row. I've got E-Call, getting Stratos, and deciding what I want to get. Probably Ocean. Always a safe pick. I always side out Infernal Prodigy, so my options are limited. It's basically just Ocean or Mally, and I don't have a discard trap. So I'm actually very surprised the Stratos goes through, hitting over the Bora.
Yeah, I don't know if he had Kalute, but he just drew one, and he has a Blizzard, so maybe he just wanted it in the grave to have a play next turn.
Fair enough. Oh, man, he drew that Whirlwind off the Allure. Gonna slam it down. I'm going to just Torrential, turn off the Whirlwind. And he's got a back row. Really, really scary situation.
Oh, is that triple Substitute in your hand?
I think it might be. This was a very weird tournament. I had a lot of very awkward hands. Obviously, game 1, I won somehow with double Mally, double swap in hand, and played through Dust Shoot. And I think my hand is equally awkward. I do have Raigeki Break to potentially deal with this Whirlwind. So I'm going to set that, of course. What do we got here? Gonna Blizzard. Target Bora. He says there's no targets for Whirlwind. So he's gonna summon. Oh, and this is an interesting point. I actually think here, so I have the Raigeki Break. I am really scared of Deck Devi. I'm shuffling my hand really fast, but I have 5 cards in hand. All 5 of them lose to Deck Devi. So I'm really nervous he's just gonna make Armed Wing and potentially get rid of my entire hand. So I choose to just pop the Blizzard and not get greedy. I'm not sure if that's the right play, but if he did have Deck Devi, I would 100% the game would be over. So,
Yeah, I think that's
see.
That's the good play to go for. It turns off his synchro play and
Yeah.
allows you to deck thin.
Exactly. So I figured like the Bora is low enough where I can potentially just run it over with Swap Frog. Obviously, have to play around 2 back row, so that doesn't feel great. And I think I'm deciding if I want to go for that and just say like I need to deal with this Bora. If he has a back row, it'll trade with it. But yeah, I'm choosing to go for that. And we swing in. It is Deep Prison, which he chooses to use. Gonna go main 2, Subzitoad, get Deep Frog. So not a full dupe block, but not really too worried about that. I'm more worried about this Whirlwind that I can't deal with.
Yeah, and he has Deep Prison Icarus and I think a Collude in hand. So he could deal with the dupe, but I don't know. It never feels good just to like use a Collude. But he's
Yep.
gonna summon the Collude.
Summon the Kalute, get a free card, get Gale. I think this is a pretty good play. Have the dupe, so he's going to be able to clear it anyways. And I think he's deciding.
Goyo or Armed Wing.
I believe he goes for Goyo, which is actually a relief for me because then I'm thinking like, okay, that back row is not decked heavy. So I don't have to worry about that. But he's going to choose to attack with Goyo. I'm deciding if I want a Necro, but I choose to just let it go through, get a card back to my hand. He gets to keep the Dupe Frog, which is a little annoying, but I think it's fine. I think I'd rather keep the Necro Engrave for something more important. And we're doing a soft lock because I was able to keep the other dupe in deck. Like you said, I had triple sub. So
Oh, like End Phase Icarus.
End Phase Icarus dealing with the Mirror Force, and I have this really awkward Subzitoad. I choose not to add because I'm out of Swap Frogs. I have 1 in hand. And this Whirlwind is just gonna keep going. I don't know how many cards he's gotten with it, but it's really, really unfortunate. He's gonna take my Subzitoads. Now he has a dupe block with Blackwings. And this is so awkward.
I think I walked by at this point and I saw Andy's board and I was like, I have no idea what's happening here. I'm just gonna keep walking.
Yeah. Really awkward. I have Caius. I think I have to banish the Goyo, which is so unfortunate. He does Icarus to deal with my Caius. I'm actually very happy with that exchange because I go 3 for 2 or 3 for... I'm up in cards, but he's got Dyna, and now I'm scared. She's just set.
Yeah, and that Whirlwind's still up, so...
It's still up, so it's really unfortunate because I just like Caiused. I could have hit the Whirlwind, but there's just too much of a threat on board with the Goyo. So I'm just saying he's summoned a lot of monsters. Like maybe he's gonna run out of stuff to search with the Whirlwind. Like hopefully, but I'm choosing to
deal
add
with it now.
Stratos. And here's so I summon. I use its effect to pop. And I'm thinking about what I want to hit. He is letting this go through. I think this is a pretty big mistake on my part. I believe I end up hitting the back row. And I just get really greedy. It ends up being Deep Prison, but I can't even attack because of this soft lock. So I choose to keep the Whirlwind up. And yeah, I just think it's a mistake. In standby phase, I'm going to be able to bounce back the Stratos and do it again. So I think it was better to get rid of the threat of Whirlwind instead of the back row, which he didn't even chain to Stratos' effect. And we've got MST and Lightning Vortex. Oh, man.
He just used his whole hand, though, which is
Yep.
pretty good, but can you out the Dyna?
Here's the thing. I'm actually in a really good spot because I have Caius in hand. So I actually choose to set a Frog because Subzitoad will prevent it from dying. But he top decks Sirocco, tributes to Subzitoad. Otherwise, like, if it was any other Blackwing, I think it would have been fine. but now my set monster can be destroyed by battle. And it's just a Treeborn Frog. So he's going to go attack with Dyna. I have Necro, but I don't draw into anything. So we're just going to go game 3.
Dude. And the top decking Sirocco, he did that to me too.
That was the perfect draw. I remember being so excited, thinking like, this Treeborn's going to stick. He's probably not going to know because Subzitoad's ruling with like affecting both the field, you know, like both you and your opponent with the frog effect. And then
when does that ever come up for Blackwings?
Yeah, and then he tributes it for Sirocco. So that was like a really good play from him. But yeah, anyways, going into game 3, I'm setting a back row. Oh, this is such a weird play. I set a monster. Check this out. It's Greffer, baby. So he hits into it. I was hoping he would think it was a frog, like a dupe, and he wouldn't attack, but he does anyways. There is a reason for this. So I have Raigeki Break and Greffer in my opening hand. I choose to use the Raigeki Break. We go for 3 for 3, but basically I'm like, I have 2 -1s in hand with Greffer and Raigeki Break, so I just choose to set it because I have a bunch of normal summons in hand that I want to just burn through. So it's a really weird play. We end up trading all of our cards regardless.
Yeah, I don't hate it. It ended up working out, but that could have gone south pretty quickly too.
Yeah. It could have gone south. I figured if he summoned something that would run over it, I would Raigeki Break the monster. And I would still have Greffer. But we've got Breaker doing some magic, getting rid of the back row and the monster. So I'm up in cards again, setting more back row. It doesn't even feel like a frog deck right now.
But he's got the Blizzard. Makes Android.
And I'm chilling here. I've got Mirror Force to deal with the Android.
I do see Dad in his hand, I think. He has 3 darks. Is it coming down?
Right? Like, do you want to do it main 2? He decides not to, which I think is fair. Just like wait for me to potentially summon something better that he can pop. But I'm choosing to swap Frog, use the effect, and this is going to be really, really good. Hitting in for some damage. Just going to attack with both of them. And I'm bouncing the Breaker, so going to be able to deal with any back row, but it doesn't look like he's setting anything. I'm like, is Andy even playing traps? He's got Dark Arm.
Oh no, you never go for the back row against frogs. It's usually chainable.
Yeah. So I feel amazing. I just dealt with the most problematic card, and I got rid of Mali in my hand. So he's got Sirocco that he used to deal with the swap frog. I'm just walling up a little bit. Just summoning the Treeborn to wall off, potentially not take the 2,000 damage. If he has Bora, it sucks, but I also have Necrogardna, so I feel like it's unlikely that I'm going to be able to die this turn.
It has Blizzard and Crow, so he can make Catastor another 5.
Mm-hmm.
Can make Armor Master if he wants to. But
yeah, he's just
gonna go in for an attack.
Gonna attack. I'm fine with that. And I just drew a Dupe Frog, so I actually don't bring back the Treeborn because if he draws Bora, then it's actually a problem. He's going to Crow Necrogardna in the end phase, so I cannot use it. And that has me a little worried now. So I'm just like, what is about to happen? He's looking at his extra deck. I thought this Dupe Frog was going to keep me safe.
Oh, but he drew a Fissure, so...
yeah, really interesting.
Yeah, that's not great.
He's just going to attack the Dupe Frog, and he was about to flip that Fissure in main 2, but he's just passing it back. I think that's the right play. You would never want to Fissure a Dupe Frog.
Dupe, yeah.
And let's see, we've got an E-Call. Thinning out the deck. I'm going to get Stratos. Am I going to summon it? We'll see. I think I'm choosing to summon it just to thin out the deck because I can't deal with this Sirocco right now, but he also can't hit over the Stratos because of Dupe Frog.
Yeah, I think it's
Oh,
pretty safe to summon
yeah.
it. If he had Bora, he would have summoned it, and he's got to top deck it. But you're still
Yeah.
alive, even if he gets in for 17.
Yep. So I choose to just pass. I actually set Dust Tornado, which is pretty risky. I hate doing that into no back row, but I'm just so worried like that he's just gonna drop a Whirlwind and suddenly this position where I'm like in a good spot just goes south. But he's got the Blizzard that we talked about. He's gonna go into a 7, and he's just choosing to Black Rose. I'm like stoked about that because now this dead Dust Tornado is gonna be gone, and I get Swap Frog.
Yeah, he goes for a value play, gets in for 23.
Yep. So honestly, super reasonable. But I got
Oh,
the
no.
top deck
You got the
highest per
perfect.
game, baby.